LGBTQ young people can be really hidden if they do not feel that the environment they are in is going to be safe. The way to ensure that environments are safer is for people to be open, to be visible, for information to be shared. We are now starting to do some work across communities to support family members, faith and community groups to look at being welcoming and accepting, identifying HBT bullying as not acceptable in their environments.
There's various reasons that young people often either self-refer or refer to us. In terms of a lot of the one-to-one work we've done, that's often been around the young person's experiences of discrimination and lack of acceptance and rejection. I mean, levels of homelessness disproportionately high within LGBTQ young people, or having an identity that their parents or carers don't accept. That can really lead to a disproportionate level of poor emotional and mental well-being.
From what the young people were telling us, there was a clear need for more work to be done in schools, in communities, in other services provided for young people, that their experience, regardless of changes in the law, was still that of being greatly affected by bullying. There was a lot of young people reporting mental health issues to us. So we looked for sources of additional funding so that we could provide more support for young people.
What we know is really vitally important is to have safe spaces where they're able to be themselves, such as the groups that we have supported schools in setting up during the pilot programme and the identity group that we run in Calderdale.
It's important that services like ours exist because young people often don't have a voice. They're coming out younger and younger, and at the moment there's around 1 in 10 young people that identify as LGBTQ, and they often come to us having never said that before. They've never been able to say it. They've not had a place that's safe enough for them to say that. So we help them find their voice, feel safe, and build back up their self-esteem, their confidence.
Before I found the group, it was quite lonely because, like, in my school there's no one who is trans, or at least anyone that I knew that was. But after going to the group, you just find out more about yourself, I guess, really. Because there's other people to talk to with similar experiences. And it makes you feel a lot more confident and just they're happier to know that I'm not on my own.
It's immensely important to know that there's a support network outside and somewhere where you know your child is safe and who can give your child the right information, perhaps that they won't come to you to ask. They address issues here that they wouldn't necessarily address at school, sexual health, relationships and things like that, which school, even though it's pretty good, they're still quite centred on traditional gender roles and traditional relationships.
Often school materials still represent this kind of idea of a family being mum and dad and 2.4 kids, usually all white, and for so many reasons that's not representative of the families that exist within a school community. So that kind of heteronormativity, cisnormativity, they are really, really strong and still exist, and a lot of our work is trying to break down that.
Now, if you've not worked in this field before, or you've not come across somebody who identifies differently to yourself, you quite often are fearful of how you should respond, what you should be saying. The work that we're doing is helping professionals to become more confident in their responses so that when a young person is being bullied, they know how to intervene and what to say. We give them the tools to be able to deal with those challenges. We are looking to recruit allies from communities, from schools, from health services, to name themselves as allies individually and as organisations, to be visible, to challenge and to be accepting and celebrate LGBTQ lives.
But I know that there are conversations with other commissioners who look at longer term funding to see whether or not this is something that we could find sustainability for longer term, and something that certainly we'd want to mainstream into our schools because of the outcomes it's had for young people. And particularly I think the one-to-one and family work, and that's been something that's been particularly positive for young people who are vulnerable and really need something extra to help them out.
We're making a difference in the future. We're making a difference to young people here and now, definitely. But we know, especially with the training work we're doing in schools, with professionals, I know that the next generation, the one after that, is getting more progressive. I know that there is a change happening and we're seeing it happening. And that's what I love. I love knowing that the future is going to be a lot better for our young people.